at school just passing by. He cracked a joke, I laughed till I cried. Weren't no sparks, no movie scene, just kindness in his eyes and what might have been. I had dreams and he had charm. The world felt big but his smile was warm. He wasn't mine and I wasn't his, but looking back now I know what I missed. I loved him from hello, just didn't know. Friendship first, then love took hold. Through the years and twists of time, he was always in the back of my mind. We were just kids, now look how we've grown. I loved him from hello. We weren't rushed, we took the long way. 100 laughs and 2 hearts that stayed. Through other hands, through other names, we found our way to the same last name. I loved him from hello, just didn't know. Friendship first, then love took hold. Through the years and twists of time, he was always in the back of my mind. We were just kids, now look how we've grown. I loved him from hello. It started quiet, started slow, but even then I loved him from hello. We said I do and the world got loud. A toddler's feet and a baby knew. 2 weeks in, the test turned blue. I smiled through tears like strong women do. September came, he packed his bag. I kissed his hand and held the flag. 3 long months of calls at night. I'd talk real soft, then cry out of sight. While he was gone, I stood alone, built a life and made a home, rocked our girl, prayed for peace, felt the weight of everything, but I stayed strong, though I felt unknown while he was gone. He came back in his army greens, just in time to meet our son. Held my hand and stayed right there while I brought life into the world we'd begun. While he was gone, I stood alone, built a life and made a home, rocked our girl, prayed for peace, felt the weight of everything, but I stayed strong, though I felt unknown while he was gone.
12 long years I knew the drill. Pack the bags, then time stands still. Egypt, Korea, and desert sand, each goodbye harder to understand. But nothing hit like that one fall. After 9/11's call, I held the phone tight to my ear, then heard the words I still can hear. We're under attack, and then it died. No last word, no goodbye. I stared at walls I couldn't speak, held my breath for endless weeks. War stole more than sleep and dread. It took my voice when the line went dead. It was slow, the nights were long, but somehow love kept holding on. One day a knock, a note, a vase, flowers sent from a foreign place. From Baghdad dust to my front door, he found a way to love me more. No grand words, just what he said for no reason, just because the card read, we're under attack, and then it died. No last word, no goodbye. But somehow hope still softly led from the silence when the line went dead. There's a kind of hurt that never fades, but there's a kind of love that always stays. I won't forget the fear I felt, the way the floor beneath me melt. But I remember what he said, with flowers sent when the line went dead. I watched that bus pull down the street, ran to him on shaky feet, held him close, thank God he came. But something quiet wasn't the same. He said, I'm fine, and kissed my head, but shadows followed where he tread. He'd sit in silence, drink till 2, and I just watched the man I knew. I sat alone most every night, even when he held me tight. He'd drift away in his own mind to places I could never find. His body back, his spirit gone, and even with him I still felt alone. Kids would laugh, he'd try to smile, but it would fade in just a while. I'd cook, I'd clean, I'd play my part, while praying God would mend his heart. I sat alone most every night, even when he held me tight. He'd drift away in his own mind to places I could never find. His body back, his spirit gone, and even with him I still felt alone. War kids asleep, dishes stacked high. Another long night where he passed me by. I talked to the Lord more than I spoke to him, just held on tight when the light grew dim. Thought about leaving more than once, packed a bag, then thought of the sons, the daughter who called me her whole wide world, and love that still lived in this weary girl. One day he'll see me, past the noise, past the hurt, past the lost boy. He'll look up and really look back, see the woman who stayed on track, not out of fear, but faithfully. One day he'll see me. I dried my tears before the dawn, made breakfast, kept carrying on, played my part in a house gone still, prayed for a heart I couldn't heal. One day he'll see me, past the noise, past the hurt, past the lost boy. He'll look up and really look back, see the woman who stayed on track, not out of fear, but faithfully. One day he'll see me. God and grace and stubborn love were the only things I leaned on enough. One day he'll see me, and he'll know the roots ran deep when winds would blow, and maybe he'll reach for my hand and say, I see you now, I'm here to stay. I held on to hope silently, that one day he'd see me. He got out in a way the world moved slow. Trouble found him and I let go. 3 long years behind a wall, and for once I didn't come when he called. I'd been the rock, the open door, but this time I just couldn't anymore. I was broke down in spirit and bone, so for the first time I left him alone. Didn't ride, I didn't drive, didn't sit with tears in my eyes, didn't stand in that cold white room saying, baby, you'll be home soon. And that's when he began to know what it meant when I didn't go. He found the quiet, he found the shame. He said my silence called his name. No sermons, no fight, no plea, just the ache of losing me. I didn't ride, I didn't drive, didn't sit with tears in my eyes, didn't stand in that cold white room saying, baby, you'll be home soon. And that's when he began to know what it meant when I didn't go. I'd carried him letters came a softer tone, words from a man I'd never known. He talked of grace, he talked of shame, and how prison gave his soul a name. I read each one but felt no spark, just quiet peace inside my heart. I wasn't angry, just worn thin, and finally learning who I'd been. In the silence we were found, he hit his knees, I stood my ground. No visits, just the written kind, two broken hearts both searching blind. He found God, I found my sound. In the silence we were found. He said, I see the things I missed, your strength, your love, your faithfulness. And though I cried, I didn't bend. I'd finally made myself a friend. In the silence we were found, he hit his knees, I stood my ground. No visits, just the written kind, two broken hearts both searching blind. He found God, I found my sound. In the silence we were found. Not all love is loud or near, sometimes truth is born from fear. Now I believe what I forgot, that I am worthy, loved by God. And maybe now we walk as two who know what pain and faith can do. He found grace, and I stood proud. In the silence we were found. He walked back in, not loud, not proud. No promises made, no words too loud. Just took his coat and sat real still, like he knew the way and felt it still. I watched from far, my heart unsure. Too many nights I had to endure, but he didn't reach, didn't rush my space, just let the quiet fill the place. He's softer now, speaks low and kind, looks at me like he's rewound time, does the dishes, holds my hand like he's learning how to be a man. I don't smile fast, but I allow the thought that maybe he's softer now. He hugs the kids a little more tight, says grace before we eat each night. And though the past still haunts our bed, he listens now to what I've said. He's softer now, speaks low and kind, looks at me like he's rewound time, does the dishes, holds my hand like he's learning how to be a man. I don't smile fast, but I allow the thought that maybe a grace in how he cares. He doesn't ask for my old trust, just shows up daily, kind and just. And I don't know the when or how, but he's softer, and I see it now.
He brings me coffee just the way I like, kisses my hand in morning light. We don't talk much about the years we lost, just hold what's here no matter the cost. We laugh more now than we ever did, talk about the grandkids and how we lived. There's lines on our faces, grace in our bones, and love that finally feels like home. It was worth it, every fight, every tear in the sleepless night, every lonely porch, every slammed door, all the times I wasn't sure. We made it here, we made it through. Love don't quit, it pulls you through. And I do it all again for this view. Yeah, it was worth it. He sees me now with softer eyes, not looking past, not telling lies. He says thank you like a man who knows that hearts like mine don't always show. It was worth it, every fight, every tear in the sleepless night, every lonely porch, every slammed door, all the times I wasn't sure. We made it here, we made it through. Love don't quit, it pulls you through. And I do it all again for this view. Yeah, it was worth it. Time took a toll, but grace stood tall. And now I've got the best of it all. We're older, wiser, finally free. And love was worth it to be seen.
He was young and gone a lot. I stayed home and gave all I got. Raised the kids and held the line. Felt like I came last each time. He had friends and work to chase. I just watch him leave this place. Years went by and I stayed still, waiting on a love that will. He chose the road, he chose the fight, he chose the dark most every night. But now he's older, now he sees after all this time. He chose me. Now he brings me coffee slow, pulls my chair close, don't let go. He don't say much, but it's clear
I'm the reason he's still here. He chose the pain, he chose the war. He walked through every wrong door, but through the smoke and history, he turned around and chose me. I didn't leave, though I could have gone, but love like mine keeps holding on. Final peace, he chose grace. He chose this porch and my face. It took a while, but finally that man I loved, he chose me. It ain't loud and it ain't grand, but now he reaches for my hand. After all the hurt and years unseen, he chose me.